Good morning, Saints. Thank you for being present today. As we prepare to reflect and remember, let's not forget that service comes in many forms. Whether they were a soldier, mechanic, pilot, or nurse, we will not forget their gift to all of us. Let's remember all who have served from the past and present. Let's remember those who sacrificed at Vimy and Juno Beach. Let's not forget the sacrifice at Dieppe and Kandahar. Let's acknowledge their quest for peace in places like the Balkans, Egypt, Haiti, and Cyprus. Also, I would ask you to consider these wise words that are not mine. Every action and decision we make today is an act of remembrance. It is an act of thanks for all that they have done for all of us. Please stand for O Canada.
I think it's important for us to celebrate Remembrance Day, just to remember the soldiers that fought for our country.
Remembrance Day is important because it's a day for us to honor the sacrifices made for us and show respect for those who served and continue to serve today.
I think it's important to honor the significance of Remembrance Day because, they fought for our country and they deserve all the praise in the world.
Remembrance Day is important because it's a reminder. It's a reminder and a remembrance of the people who have died, who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. What does that mean, right? They paid the ultimate sacrifice and died with their lives, but what does that mean? Well, you have to ask what they were dying for. And there's multiple things that they were dying for, or they were willing to die for, and that was freedoms, the people back at home. What we are today, the future generations, that's us. They were dying for what their country meant for them. And so that's really important because it's a reminder for us what our country costs, what our lives, our freedoms today, what they mean and what they costed other people's lives. Other people who are willing to put down their lives for us today. It's also a reminder of who they were and the value and how important and what it meant for them to give their lives. They're people, just like you and me, and it's important for us to remember them and what they gave up for our freedoms, for our futures, for us.
These comments were prepared by Miss Green, who was not able to be in studio with us this morning. Today, as we gather in remembrance to honor all who have served, protected, and sacrificed, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge National Indigenous Veterans Day, which is observed on November 8th each year, to honor First Nations, Métis, and Inuit soldiers, warriors, and peacekeepers. Indigenous people across Turtle Island have volunteered in times when they were not even recognized as citizens, and yet they stood proudly to protect this land and its peoples. We remember their bravery, sacrifice, and the strength of their families and communities who supported them. To honor their memory, I'd like to invite Evan, one of our Indigenous students, to share a poem by an anonymous Indigenous author. It reminds us that the beat of the drum, our heartbeat, connects past, present, and future, and the Thunderbirds are our protection and strength.
The drum beats steady and deeply resonant, reaches into the past, present, and future. Pulsing with medicines, the drum is our heartbeat, a golden glow that moves beneath the surface of all that takes place. Everywhere there is war, but streaming from the four directions, the sky is filled with legions of thunderbirds, young and old, sacrificing life to restore peace and love.
I am here as your friendly SDCI English teacher to introduce you to one of the most significant and often cited poems in Canadian history, acknowledging the 110th anniversary of its creation. In Flanders Fields was written in May of 1915 during the First World War by Canadian physician and Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. The inspiration for the poem came to McCrae after attending the funeral of his good friend and former student Alexis Helmer, who died in the Second Battle of Ypres. As rumor has it, McCrae, who was overly critical of his own creative abilities, discarded the rough draft of the poem. His fellow soldiers retrieved it and gave the poem and its message the audience it deserved. From there, the very symbol of Remembrance Day was born. As an avid gardener, I have always loved how the poppy creates these singular, large, vibrantly colorful, and delicate flowers. As the flower dies and the seed pod is left, it is filled with literally hundreds of seeds, which means that one beautiful flower in its fleeting lifespan gives way to hundreds of new poppies to be grown and admired. To me, and perhaps to John McCrae, this symbolizes how one fallen soldier in war helped to create a world where hundreds others could live and thrive. The poppy you wear represents a beautiful and fragile life cut short, along with the promise that seeds will continue to be planted in all of us. I would now like to introduce Nevaeh and Andrew, who will read the poem for us.
The poppies blow. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Please stand for the playing of the last post, a moment of silence, and the reveille. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
This concludes our moment of remembrance. Thank you for taking the time to remember. Have a wonderful day, SDCI.